Hello, this is Christopher again, and today we're going to keep going with our learning and teaching of the first international set of straight sword. Alright, so I'm going to get right back into it, and the things we're going to be looking for as always are one, our quality of movement, okay, making sure each movement is done well and precisely to the best of our ability, and two, to make sure that our movements will begin to flow and connect into each other as we work our way through this form. Alright? So I'll demonstrate the first combination we'll be looking at today, and then we'll take it back and start breaking it down piece by piece, giving us things to look for to achieve, again, our quality of movement and our ability to connect. Alright, so if you remember last time, we're going to go here at this poke. Alright. Alright, so that's the first set we're going to look at, first set of movements. Alright, so from beginning, from this poke, alright, we're going to turn out, do our circle that we've learned before, hitting this drop stance, bending our left leg, then using our left leg, we're going to push ourselves over to our right leg, into point, okay. Now pay attention to our lines, okay, two elbows straight, okay. Left hand in our sword fingers pushing straight to the ceiling, eyes on our sword. Alright, the next movement is going to be our cut, okay, and remember all of our cuts will always be leading with the blade. It's left or right, up and down. So for this sideways cut, alright, hold your sword here, alright, keep your wrist a little bit loose. So our cut, you want to think about more of as a slice rather than a chop. So this slice, you'll see my hand will be relaxed, letting my sword follow after. Come over, sword, follow after. You think about one point here, then part of my sword will hit one part at a time as it comes over. Okay? And it's not very stiff where our arm, wrist, and sword are moving all together. Okay, they're connected, it's flowing, they're definitely disjointed, but if you just practice going back and forth, trying to hit this smooth motion first, alright, then you'll be able to achieve this technique. Alright, so from here, we are going to step back with our right leg, okay, bending our left knee kind of at a half angle, at a 45, right? You don't have to go all the way down to a 90, and if you can't hold yourself up here, that's fine, okay? Just come up a little higher. So one step back, bringing our sword here in front of us, all right? My left hand will hit this nice arch, and my body turns with the cut. When I hit the end of this cut, right, my palm's gonna come down, and I'm gonna cut up. Right, from here, I'll cut up, and with that cut, I'm going to take a step back with my left leg. Again, keeping my front leg bent at a 45, my back leg reaching out, and then my right hand cutting up, my left hand will fall in, supporting at my shoulder. Alright, so we'll take a look at these two cuts again. Stepping back with our right leg, cutting in front of us, stepping back, turning, cutting up, stepping behind us with the left. Now the third cut is going to start actually with our left hand. Okay, it's going to come from the bottom. I'm going to trace the path with our left hand, sword fingers pointed out, and then as our left hand comes out, our right hand will come back to mirror it. And we'll turn our body, okay, left and right, hands staying mirrored, and you'll notice I twist my arm such that the tip of my sword is pointing to the ground, and this will be our cut pulling up and back into us, right? So you can just practice from here. We've had a very similar motion in the first two combos that we've learned. Okay, left hand coming out, right hand mirroring, turning back, and then cutting up and back, leading our left hand behind us. All right. So when we turn, we're going to take one step back with our right leg once we use this up and pull. Okay, our power is going to be here, this cut that comes with our pull, and our right leg is going to step back with it. Alright, so once more, 3 cuts, 3 steps, right leg step back, sideways cut in, turn, cut with the left leg stepping back, left hand open, right hand, right leg pull back. Alright, and again, the step comes in at a 45 with the back leg extended behind us. Alright, now what this lets us do, why we're taking these steps and why we're taking them like this, is it keeps our weight in the front, because the next movement, because even though our steps are going backwards, the last movement is going to lead into a reversal direction going forward. Alright, so by keeping our body weight over our front leg, okay, we can make that choice, go in front or back very easily. Alright, so if we were to center ourselves, or even if we kept our weight, our knees bent like this, and our weight is still in the middle, we can't take those steps quite as preparedly. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 cuts. Now, you're gonna drop your sword and push out with the right leg. Feet together, keeping your arms, okay, open left and right. You'll notice I'll keep this L with my sword until my sword is going to fall by itself. I'll use gravity to give it one circle, step forward, and then you'll notice it's back here, supported by my left hand. Right? Then what I'm going to do is open, cut from the bottom, okay? And my left hand is going to mirror, pop. Alright, so my 2 hands open together. And while all of this is happening, my left leg is going to come in from the back to knee up, and I'm going to take it with a little jump. Alright, so don't think too much about the jump. Okay, that jump is more a function of your left knee coming up and your 2 arms coming up, and just all of that power opening up at once will naturally pull the bottom leg up into a little hop. Okay, it's not a jump. We're not looking for height. We're just looking to continue our forward motion. Okay, so starting from the last cut here. Okay, right hand, right leg open together. 1, 2 together, 2. Okay, and as we turn over, our circle will come behind us, and we'll open into our 3rd step, and we'll cut from the bottom, opening forward. Okay, so each of those steps, you want to pass through each of those movements. However, the entire motion shouldn't ever stop, right? We'll be continually moving forward throughout this technique and the ones to follow, alright? But make sure you have the proper alignment, okay? Proper extensions before you try and relax it and take it a little bit slowly, and then speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, alright? So again, from this 3rd cut, we'll start open, 2, 3, 4, alright? So I did that pretty slowly, alright? If you need to take it even more slowly, that's fine. However, in that time I achieved a much better connectivity, right? Where it was much more fluid. I wasn't ever really stopping, okay? And that'll be your first goal, or that'll be your second goal. Your first goal is to make sure you hit every spot well, and then after that, it'll be to connect them just a little bit more closely, alright? So moving on from this bottom cut, alright, we're going to take 1 step, and we're going to pull our sword back, okay, and bring up our right knee. Alright, so I'll turn my body so that you can see the front. From here, I'll drop my leg. Okay, right knee comes up, and my sword will come up here. Okay, right hand in front of your shoulder, left hand supporting your right hand from the back. Okay, then knee up here. Right? So, from here, down, up. Then, as you come down, take one step, and then drop your sword in a position for poke. Okay? So, one, pull, down, step, poke. Alright? And as a reminder, okay, things I say often in these videos, corners are really bad. Okay, it shortens us, uses our muscles in ways they don't want to be used. So when you open at the cut, you have this straight line. Okay, no corners. When you pull here, okay, it's very round. And when you step forward, okay, again, no corners. And what will help you achieve that when you step is remembering that our two arms are going to be mirroring each other. Okay, stabbing out 1, 2. And if your right hand is going to stab all the way out, make sure your left arm stabs all the way out as well. Okay? If you only open it, you stab in the wrong direction. Okay? Or you don't extend both of them enough, you'll get this weird alignment. Okay? So remember to always, always, always extend left and right, creating openness and roundness. Okay? So we have this bottom cut, pull back, down, poke. Alright? These 3 movements, okay, after you figure them out, okay, you know how they're supposed to be performed. Alright? The next step is to connect them a little bit more smoothly. Alright? They should all be taken as part of one combination. Alright? So from our third cut here, we'll open, back, circle, hit, pull, down, poke. Okay, I think I stepped out of the frame there. Alright. After cut, pull, down, poke. Alright. And you'll notice that in my pull, alright, you have 2 choices when you're trying to learn this combo. Okay? From here, okay, you will end up here. But if you just come up, down, poke, is one way to do it. Alright, if you don't have space, or you're just wanting to learn it more quickly, however, or more slowly, excuse me. But if you want to be doing this combination more quickly, when you pull, okay, as your right leg pulls up, your left knee will straighten, and that'll give you another little hop. And it's fine to take that hop. Okay, we use that kind of step all the time, depending on the movements and techniques we're performing. However, my arm and knee and my toe, okay, all come up to those places that we discussed in the past. And it lets you keep moving into your next step. Alright? So, we have those 2 little hops. If you're going a little bit more quickly, right? Now, after this poke, bring out an inside circle, pull up, okay? Your left hand supporting from the back, kind of hitting this one line with the sword in the left arm, and your right knee will come up, okay? Toe pointed, knee as high as you can make it, and you'll step forward into another poke. Alright? So, after this pull, down, poke, inside circle up, hit. Alright? So, again, this is an interesting step where if you're going slowly and you can hit this motion, this pose from the last poke, alright? That's fine. You can hold it a little bit. If you see yourself moving with a little bit more speed, okay? We can also take it at another little hop, alright? And you'll see that I hit the pose, my alignment, but in order to keep moving forward, not stopping my momentum, I use that little hop to to enable me to keep moving, still doing every technique correctly, but keeping my flow going. So, moving on from this knee up poke, all right, we're going to turn back, right? So as you're turning, just drop, let your elbow relax, and it'll start to pull the sword into you. Okay, you'll see my elbow and wrist just relax, and then naturally pulls the sword to this position. Okay, the handle is heavy, it wants to go to the bottom. Okay, as I relax, it starts to go there, then I just let it keep falling. Okay, and then I push it through the back. Alright? It'll end up with the handle of the straight sword pressed against my palm. Okay, I'm in this back bow stance. Left arm straight. Okay? And then to the best of your ability, okay, just turn it back and then keep as straight a line here as you can. Alright, you don't need to do too much like this, get in that corner. But if you get a little bit, that's fine. Okay? One, drop it. And you'll see that I don't bring it all the way back and out. Okay? It's just a small relax into a push. Here, small relax into a push. Okay? Because that movement is meant to be very compact. Okay? But there's a lot going on, and it's good to go over. So hit, and then turn your body into a flower, like we discussed in our first basic. Okay? Pushing up as your flower finishes. Okay? Swing your left leg in, turn your body. Okay? So flower, step in. Alright? So from here, next we're going to do 1, 2, 3 steps into a knee up. Alright, and we'll go through each of these 4 movements together. Okay, and again, they're meant to be connected, done very fluidly, but we're going to break it down to hit each movement clearly first, and then we'll smoothen it out. Okay, so after your flower, you pull in, and all your left hand is doing is coming up and down when your leg comes together. So left hand comes up, left arm, left leg down. Okay, so first it's going to be our left step, and with our left step, it's going to be this cut from the bottom going straight to the top. Okay, very similar to the one we used at the beginning of this combo. Okay, so 1, and then our left hand supporting here. Then, as we move forward into our second step, okay, my left hand is going to come out, my right hand back. 2, okay, moving left and right. Okay, now I'm going to let my sword drop. 3, okay, cutting from the bottom, turning my body to eliminate any corners, so I just have to turn a little bit more. And then 4 is going to be knee up, pulling into that very same pose we had before. Okay? So these 4 steps, I'll go through them a little bit again, but if you can just make sure that your body is turning enough to eliminate these corners, and you're staying within this plane, then that's really what we're looking for, okay, in terms of performing the technique correctly. Okay? So, as we come back here, we'll push up 1, open back 2, following our left hand, come down 3, pull up 4. Okay? And then I'll go ahead and do it once, moving this way, so that you can see it from the other direction. Okay? Back, flower, come over, and from here, we'll do left, right, left, up. Okay? So again, we're looking for this big vertical circle. Alright? Once you're more comfortable with these 4 steps, alright, they go by really quickly and your whole body's moving, so they're actually kind of tough to do. But after you get all 4 of these together, okay, we're going to try and connect them just real slowly. Here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and if you can get that speed, that's pretty good. Alright. So, after we hit our 4, here, alright, the next step is just going to be step out and poke, okay? Just poke straight out, okay? Right foot at a point, and bend your left leg, majority of your weight in your left leg, alright? So this is cat stance. Ideally, should be done all the way down with this 90 degrees flat and open. It's a very, very difficult stance to do well, and it's very, very difficult to do consistently. So again, if you can just bend it a little bit, that's fine. If you're stronger, you bend it a little bit more. You're not as tired, bend it a little bit more. Okay? Eventually, you'll hit that 90 degrees. That's so nice to see.